Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring Cultos Innombrables. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this tabletop RPG, where you play as the Mythos cultists rather than the steadfast investigators, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about the chronology, the rumors and the included fiction of this chapter of the book. Let's start with chronology. You have the dates where certain events in the far past, the far future, and in present times supposedly have occurred, because it is difficult to ascertain or obtain the evidence to verify these events. Like in many Lovecraftian tales, the characters will have to visit remote places, or look into the darkest corners of their own minds, perhaps visit the dreamlands in order to get to the truth of things. We have events such as 14,000 millions of years ago, our plane of existence came to be. 4,000 millions of years ago, Shub-Niggurath spreads our galaxy with the seed of life, and Sathogwa moves to Saturn. 400 millions of years in the past, the great race of Yith suffers a catastrophe in their world, and they send their minds into Earth, into a race that lives in what would be known today as Australia. They build their first great city with high basalt towers without windows. There are also more recent events, such as, in 2005, 3 students of Miskatonic University shoot a documentary about the legends of Innsmouth and the happenings of 1928. The authors disappear under strange circumstances, just 3 months after recording. 16,000 years into the future, the Earth is conquered by a clan of wizards. Among them lies Nuxoth, whose mind supplants the great race of Yith. 10 millions of years into the future, a new ocean called the Red Ocean divides the African continent in half. 250 millions of years into the future, the continents become one again. There are also many rumors, such as, at a particular moment, just after Julius Caesar's death, Roman forces fought strange creatures described as stars that fell from heaven. It is said that the scientist and explorer William Scoresby contemplated during his journeys in the Arctic an impossible city within the ice. He sketched such a city, thinking it was some sort of mirage. It is speculated that perhaps it is a city of the great old ones. There are rumors that a monk in the Middle Ages was kidnapped by the great race of Yith, transported through space and time, where he learned many secrets. After returning, he wrote about what he saw. There are also rumors that there are legends in Arkham that speak of a great curse that fell from the sky upon the Gardner farm. After a meteorite fell at the beginning of the 20th century, all the earth became sterile, and the Gardner family, just like their animals, succumbed due to a horrible and strange disease. And these are just some of the many rumors. When it comes to the fiction of this chapter, it is called A las Madres, to the mothers. This is a very surreal piece of fiction. The premise is that a black man fell in love with an African woman. They had a baby girl, but he decided to take the baby girl to the west, away from the tribes, because these tribes actually worship Shub-Niggurath. Then you see the baby girl as a grown woman. She is contacted by her mother and other tribes people. They try to convince her to return to the ways of Shub-Niggurath, but she is perfectly fine in her civilized lifestyle. When the tribes people leave, she goes back to her daily life activities, and just as she is retiring to bed, she is, without explanation, suddenly transported to Africa. She is tied to an altar, and she is impregnated by a spawn of Shub-Niggurath. Later on, she gives birth to a spawn of Shub-Niggurath. So it's a sort of story when you can see the contrast of the trappings of a more civilized world compared to an older tradition that perhaps even if you don't believe in that tradition, the tradition believes in you. So it's a cautionary tale of sorts. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about the beast theory section. This is called Creatures. I love all of the rumors and the chronological events. There are so many of them, I didn't even scratch the surface of what is contained in this book. All of those present adventure seeds, but also many different enigmas, mysteries to explore, to decipher during the course of a single adventure or an entire campaign. Now, when it comes to the fiction, I really like it, although I think it is a bit too surreal at the end. I would have preferred a better explanation, or at least a hint as to why things happened like that. But perhaps for some that is the charm of the story, that there are many unexplainable things. Still, I would have preferred if the abstraction was reduced just a little, because in many of Lovecraft's stories, there is still a certain, if not a common thread, at least some sort of notion or hint as to why things proceeded in the way that they did. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. This has been Abraham El Jaguar, a professional game master. If you want me to run a game for you, please check out the pinned comment below. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you, and see you later.